You're live. It's on. Come on, Amanda. You know, it is live.
Oh. I'm sitting over here today. That way I can bail out. Listen here. I did not mess nothing up that time. Just so y'all know that. I, however, did not know how to undo it. Okay? I done told y'all I made a D in computers, right?
I never even took computers.
Now, let me moderate, or whatever this is called over here. Let me get my stuff set up. That's all I could find is that damn mermaid one. There it is. Get your phone turned down. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Sorry for the technical difficulties. First off,
Hey, Mrs. T.
I just wanted to show you this. Look at this. Mind the dust. This is moon water. Girl put it up in this fancy container. It's just moon water. Super moon water. I see Silver Creek. Silver Creek made it.
Miss T's here too.
Miss T's here. Kenneth, just asking. Cricket Pete. Rebecca. I know who Rebecca is.
I don't like her much.
You don't like Rebecca? I heard Rebecca was running her mouth about you.
She always does.
Somebody's been Okay, Grower. Did he leave me because I was late? He was just sitting over there spinning, telling me my camera is being used for another application. Head twitch. Oh, look, the other one. $2 up in the chat. I wanted to talk to y'all about, well, you know, there's going to be another live next Saturday, and I don't know when it's going to be yet, but I think the one after that, right?
Farmer Chaz.
It's going to be Solstice Eve, right? Because Solstice starts the 21st on Sunday. So I thought that Saturday we'll do Solstice magical whatever talkings, Yule logs, traditions of Christmas, you know, all that stuff, all the superstitions, because it will be the longest day of the year, longest night of the year. Right. Got it backward. Yeah, she's a cleaning daughter. The other daughter has a job for 4 years daughter. I'm really impressed with that. Shout out to Hedge Witch holding it down at the meat market. So if all goes south, we can go around and cut deer in really creative ways, right?
Oh my goodness. You're going to have to.
I don't know which one is girl 1 and girl 2. Because it was just girl. Because I only had girl here. Because other girl was gone and being married. And now that's just girls, plural. They were always girls, plural. Mind you. At least one of them has said her name in here. I try to protect my daughters. But that one, the one that has her name in the thing, you can't control that one. That one, she's like, I'm out here, guys. Here I am. The cleaning one has fruity dragon hair. Oh, breath. Fruity dragon breath. She vapes over there. Find me, I dare you. Alright. We're going to talk about the Bigfoot Sasquatch. Hey, Jags! Coming on over here. I wanted to tell you I was in my camo. So y'all can't see me.
Okie Grower's back.
And if y'all want to look for
Sarah.
Sasquatch, I think he's right here. He like trimmed himself up and... This is Sasquatch tamed. Love the butterfly. You know, Dolly Parton said, love is like a butterfly. Soft and gentle as a sigh. Bigfoot or Sasquatch? Well, I can't show you my feet because I'm a lady, but I have really big feet. So this kind of offends me calling him Bigfoot. So Sasquatch has been a story from the times of the first Americans. Many Native American tribes, they have tales of those wild and hairy men.
Why you gotta read like that?
Some benevolent and some violent and some dangerous. Sasquatch has been sighted as long as there have been people here to see him. The name Bigfoot actually started in 1958 when some loggers in Northern California kept finding large human-like tracks on their job site. The national media picked up on the story, drawing a lot of attention. They named their visitor Bigfoot.
That's where you got the name Bigfoot.
And so in 1967, Roger Patterson and Robert Gimlin, listen, every time I've heard it, I thought it was Gimli Patterson, Gimli. I did not know there was an N there. They were on an expedition in Northern California. Was he a short guy, old Robert Gimlin?
Doesn't matter.
In Northern California, they were expediting. They ended up shooting the most famous footage of Bigfoot ever. The scene runs for just under a minute and shows a female Bigfoot walking across a creek bed. The film has never been debunked. Have you guys seen that film?
Anybody that's ever seen anything about Bigfoot knows the Patterson-Gimlin film. I mean, that's like famous.
Hey, Hedge Witch is in there making an Eddie Murphy joke. Your wife's a Bigfoot, ain't she, Gus? She can do the voice really good, too.
Goony Cuckoo.
Bigfoot comes through stargates.
Mrs. T made it.
Oh no, Miss T! Have you ever seen a Bigfoot, Miss T? Have y'all seen a plaster cast of the feet? Because I haven't. That'd be pretty cool. Kenneth, is it Kenneth in here? I know Kenneth has. Kenneth has seen a plaster. He has been to a museum where they have little. He can tell it better than I have where he's been. Hey, will you let the dogs in real quick?
Oh my goodness.
Cleaning girl's gonna get it. Don't go out in the woods. She wears a size 9. Listen, I used to wear a size 11, but it keeps growing.
Miss T said she don't go hang out in the dang woods.
We have been all up in Uwharrie Park, North Carolina, and never seen a damn thing. Well, you know, one of us here has seen a Bigfoot. He has lied to me before, but not a lot, right? So I'm pretty sure that he's telling the truth. When I watch him when he tells the story of it. I really believe him. Anyway, there are several regional Bigfoot creatures in America. Besides the original Bigfoot in the Pacific Northwest, there is the skunk ape in the Florida swamps. Kenneth did see casts of Bigfoot prints. I knew he did.
I'm going to square you, Hedge Witch.
So skunk ape is in Florida. Momo is in Missouri. Who do we know from Missouri? Isn't Cheryl in Missouri? We'll have to tell her. Does she know about Momo? And the folk monster, Folk, F-O-U-K-E?
Yes.
Monster. The folk monster in Arkansas. Because you'd think that Arkansas and Missouri would just kind of share the same
No,
name.
he's in a different region of
All right.
Arkansas.
All right.
He's down southern Arkansas.
Oh. I'm fighting a cough, y'all.
Everybody is around here.
The Grass Man in Ohio. The Grass Man.
And that's pronounced Mogollon.
The Mogollon monster in Arizona. Honey Island Swamp Monster in Louisiana. And in Oklahoma is the El Reno Chicken Man and OW Wild Man. So, if you were going to look up Honubi, we're going to talk about Honubi in a minute, but it's spelled Honubia, something like that. So it looks like Honubia.
I've got it wrote down there.
Yeah.
Honobia. Peach said she knows the grass man.
Not that kind of grass.
I don't know. Maybe it is.
Dear woman. The grass man. Where's the grass man? Oh, Ohio.
Yeah.
So, Peach, where are you? Virginia? Can you quick Google if there's one in Virginia?
Well, they've been sighted all over the place. I'm sure there is one. That's just the ones that came up when I was looking for regional.
All right, so let's break it down here. Skunk ape. Legends of a skunk ape in the Florida Everglades exist among the Seminole and other native people. You have to say other because, you know, in between regions, these people didn't just say, okay, this is my line and I can't go on the other side, you know. Plus, here comes the white people and they moved them all around.
Peach says she thinks she saw one when she was a teenager, but she don't know. She might have been a little drunk. I was sober.
Chances are, if you see it, you're going to smell it, is what I figured.
No, I didn't smell nothing.
You didn't?
And I was 3 feet from it.
But who's to account for the wind,
I think the smell might have a lot to do with the areas they live in and what they eat. I really do.
Or whether or not it's their breeding season?
That might have something to do to it, too.
Sightings date back to the 1800s and showed an upturn in the 1920s. Why? Because of vehicles, I bet. Because of vehicles. Like and more roadways. You know what I'm saying? Right around the 1920s?
70s. Sorry, my writing.
That's a 7?
Yes. Believe it or not,
Oh my gosh, you guys were telling me lies.
A lot of these had upticks in the 70s. I don't know if it was the mind-altering substances or people were just being more attentive.
1800s, it showed an upturn in the 1970s. Fine then, it's the 1970s. Follow along with me, make sure I get this right. It is said to be 7 to 8 foot tall, have reddish brown to black hair, and smell terrible. One interesting point of this variant is that it can climb trees. There are pictures taken in Mayaka of a large orangutan. It's like you say Miyaka, I say Miyaka.
Now listen, if y'all look up the Mayakan skunk ape picture,
of a large orangutan-like creature still spark interest and is worth seeing. So, look up
Mayakan skunk ape.
Mayakan skunk ape, spelled Myakka. And I did see it. It did look like an orangutan.
Now,
and in Florida, we all know that there are monkeys flying around Florida. Not flying, but they're there, right? I don't think anybody knows exactly how they really got. How did the monkeys get to Florida, guys? This we did our research. But I know there are monkeys in Florida.
Yes, but we'll get to one later where there was a monkey accused of it, and I'll bring up a point there that I don't think correlates.
What is the Rose Man or the Channel Number 5 Man?
Chanel number 5. What are you talking all these skunk men? And smelly
Listen
men?
now, I'm going to kick y'all off here if y'all can't be talking about Bigfoot only
We are
over there.
Bigfoot.
Listen here. Cougar Woman is real. I'll be a Cougar Woman. Find me a young man. God, no. Can you imagine training a husband all up again? That'd be ridiculous. I'm just kidding. So, Momo is next. This is for Cheryl. Cheryl's not here. I want to tell Cheryl about Momo. The Missouri monster is a variant sighted in Louisiana, Missouri. Mostly in 1971
Now,
and 1972.
The reason I put that down there is I know strange name. That is the name of the town, Louisiana, Missouri. It's not two states. It's the name of the town. Isn't that strange?
Yes. So it's a real town, Louisiana, Missouri.
Louisiana, Missouri.
It's said to be 7 to 8 foot tall, ape-like, and smell terrible. One particular attribute is that it's supposed to have a human-like face with a large pumpkin-shaped head.
Yeah, if you look up the pictures, this is really weird about Momo. Most of them have the ape-like head, sloping forehead, all that stuff. But he has like this, almost looks like the Juggernaut from the X-Men movies. He has that kind of dome-shaped head. And that would freak me out.
The moo-moo. Not the moo-moo, the Momo. Mo.
And that other part, so it's often been reported to be carrying a dead dog. He likes to eat dogs.
Why?
I guess because they're easy to get.
Okay. Well, I don't like Momo. I never want to see that. Pumpkin head and all can just stay away from me carrying this dead dog. Well, he going around killing dogs for one thing. Okay. I didn't mean to make it funny.
Sorry. You can stay away from me
I got guys.
at all.
Folk monster. Folk. How did you say it?
Folk.
Falk.
I've heard it both ways. Anyway, he's also called
Fouke monster. Is in southern Arkansas. It's said to be 7 to 10 foot tall, dark reddish hair, bad smell.
I'm fixing to throw something.
Knock it out, guys. Knock it out.
That's what I was planning.
This is so bad. Oh, God. What was I? Red eyes. Red eyes. Sometimes called the Boggy Creek Monster.
He's
Boggy Creek.
better known as the Boggy Creek Monster.
In the 70s or 80s, they had that movie.
I talked about that there too.
Reported attack on the family in folk Arkansas was made into a movie, The Legend of Boggy Creek. It's a cult classic. The town of folk hosts an annual Boggy Creek Festival to capitalize on it.
Now, I don't know if any of y'all ever saw the movie The Legend of Boggy Creek, but it was pretty freaky. That one poor guy just tries to go to the bathroom and it tries to come through the window and grab him.
Broke Barber! We're going to visit that area in February. All right, Silver Creek. Better roll camera. If you see anything, we could be famous. You can tell, ma'am, my friend sent me out here looking for work. Wait, Bigfoot, not werewolves. Stay focused. You tell him I sent you. Imagine getting real footage of it, though, of Bigfoot. Wouldn't that be awesome? It'd be awesome.
It would, and you'd think it's got to be coming.
Well, and if he's like Pete says in a Stargate jumper, right? He's likely has the power to just poof, do something to your camera, right? Legend of Boggy Creek. I don't think I've ever seen The Legend of Boggy Creek.
They made a sequel, and it was just totally made up and bullcrap.
We watched some movie where I don't know what happens, but like this girl, like they kidnap this girl and take them with her. It turns out they had more than one girl with them.
Yeah, that was the one where they were in the
I don't recommend that movie.
Patterson Gimlin film.
Because I didn't like it. Mind you, why isn't it a female Bigfoot taking off with the man? That. All right. We talked about the folk. Now we're going to the grass man from Ohio. We all had colds. He got a cold at work. His cold's different. So mind you, I'm afraid they're going to meet in the middle and create some new fun things. So the grass man in Ohio is 7 to 10 foot tall, long arms, broad shoulders, and a heavy odor. They mostly stink.
Yeah, that seems to be a common thing with them.
I've had a lot of encounters with bears. So if you try to grow chickens in Colorado without electricity, you will find out really soon that a rooster is a dinner bell.
If you two can't be serious, I'm gonna chunk you.
Are they saying stuff?
Not you.
Hey.
Okay. Anyway, bears stink. So you will smell them before they come around if you pay attention. They really stink. And I liken it to my billy goat. You know, he pees on himself to make himself more attractive to my nannies. He smells wild. And in the right wind and the situation, you get a whiff of him and it'll knock you over. So Bigfoot, I imagine, would be kind of the same smell.
Elk kind of smell like that too. I mean, they roll in it. So they smell like a sour dish rag.
Gets its name from the large hut-like grass nests that have been found. So that's why they call him a grass man. Here again, bears do this with the grass. In Colorado, we lived right by a park. You'd go walking through there, and you'd see these big wallows where the bears. I don't know if they're getting together and doing it, or if they wallow here and decide they want to move over here.
Well,
I have never come up on a group of bears wallowing, but I would suggest you try not to come up on a bear's wallow because they'd probably be pretty aggravated. And I guess here you have to worry about a Bigfoot wallow.
The picture that I saw, though, it wasn't just like a nest in the grass. It was like a little hut. I mean, looked like it was like a dome with a doorway. I mean, it was really elaborate.
Really?
Yeah. That's why it says hut-like, because it looked like a little hut. Now, somebody might have done that. I don't know, but that's what he got his name
They're
from.
building little houses. Just building little houses. That's crazy. Sightings date back to the 1800s with more famous accounts in 1978 in Minerva, Ohio.
Yes.
Minerva.
It was supposed to really terrorize this one household. Like, kept showing up.
Reports of screams, growls, and physical encounters.
Yeah, he's not afraid to make contact. I guess if he gets pushed, he gets pushed.
Mugion. The Mugion monster. This one is from the Mugion Rim country.
Yes.
In north central Arizona. What is
like
a rim? Is that
like,
part of that
It's
crater?
like a mountainous range.
Okay. 7 to 10 foot tall, reddish or black hair. Hey, 357 gardening. She's in Arizona. I'm going to ask her about the Mugion monster. You've been mentioned 357 gardening. Okay. Reddish or black hair, hairless on the face, hands and feet. That's odd, is it not?
No, I mean, if you think about it, most of them don't mention the hands and feet, but if you think about the ones you see, the costumes everybody makes.
They all have hair.
I mean, I don't know.
I think Chewbacca has something to do with how they make Bigfoot.
It's interesting to note that the first time it was reported sighting, he was white.
That's what's always bothered me about the Patterson-Gimlin video is the fact that, I mean, if you squint your eyes, you look like you'd be seeing Chewie.
Well, all of them, most of them, you find they're reddish brown to black.
But it was before Star Wars.
The Mogollon monster, the Mogollon monster was said to be white when he was first sighted.
So probably that video, Patterson, right, is probably what gave George Lucas the whole visual for the The Chewbacca. I'm sorry, I got twisted off by myself. I'm sorry. Anyway. So it's reported, where was I at? It's reported to be nocturnal, omnivorous, territorial, and violent.
Children.
It's alright. It's normal noises in here, guys. It's real here. There's real life going on. Tends to be an animal or two doing a circus trick. It's alright. It's known to mimic animals, build nests, throw rocks, and decapitate its prey. Wow. Several.
I thought it was interesting that it can mimic animals. I mean, is it calling animals or is it trying to call people?
Imagine a Bigfoot luring a hunter in.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it says it's very violent. Like I said, this is the one.
I agree. Hedgewig said Patterson Gimlin film had the advantage of being real old and it hid a lot of prosthetic sins. We were talking about this. If you watch the old Star Wars now on, without all the changes, mind you, on a big, nice HD TV, whatever you call them, like you can see all the things. Whereas you couldn't back on VHS when it was made to come out, you know. Or the movie screen, mind you.
Oh, that Mogollon monster. I
Bigfoot
found
is
a
a
lot of.
Wookiee. I mean, you telling me George Lucas didn't use that? I know. And he liked it so much he made miniature ones, little Ewoks. Okay, I'm sorry. There are several legends and stories of the monster in Arizona history. A lot are violent. Also, some of the origin legends are downright disturbing.
Yeah, there's a legend of an Indian woman that like killed some people, and to punish her, or it was an Indian man anyway. The punishment was they hung him up by his hands and skinned him alive and left him hanging there.
Got him.
Well,
Got him good.
they say the ghost is still roaming around, and that Mogollon monster is him, and they called him, of all things, the Skinwalker. Wow. That's what I mean. Some of them are really disturbing.
The idea of making someone or something a skinwalker by like the heinous torture inflicted upon it.
Oh, there was others like
Feels like it could be really real to me. You know what I mean?
The Indians attacked a group of miners and wiped them all out except for one that hid, and he stayed up in the mountains and went nuts, and that's him.
I feel like some of these could be mountain men for sure.
Like I said, it
Crazy mountain
has a
men.
very violent history. I mean, you don't hear him associated with violence a lot, but this one, I mean, he's like,
I don't like the
there's
movie
legends of
on.
him killing people.
What to tell 357 gardening? Y'all have to stay away from the movie on. Could movie on over and hurt you up. All right, we're going to go to the Honey Island swamp monster now. And this one is in Louisiana. Honey Island, I assume, is an island.
It's Honey Island Swamp.
Swamp.
It's a whole big area. Kind of like, they have like the,
I've never
Launch
been
a
to
train.
Louisiana.
yeah, it's just an area.
Oh, so it comes from the swampland of Louisiana and Mississippi. Just asking. Just asking. This is coming for you. Maybe not. Also called Cajun Sasquatch or La Bête Noire.
Yes.
Nightmare?
Yes. La Bête Noire. And it means black beast. Wow. Y'all set me up for this. Okay. 7 foot tall, hairy, and ape-like with yellow or amber eyes. Webbed feet. Webbed feet.
Well, it's a swamp monster. It makes sense. I mean,
Foul odor. I mean, look at the Labrador dogs, right? Foul odor and human-like face. heard of some humans. I've seen some people that I know that have almost webbed feet. I think one of my girls has strange toes like that. Anyway.
Excuse me.
Foul odor and a human-like face. Bright, spicy. And a Cajun Sasquatch. China's been splicing DNA for decades. Well, at least some of these could be really angry homeless men.
Or that Russian guy
or
was trying
monkeys.
to make men.
I really believe the monkey thing. In fact, we're almost to the Oklahoma part.
There's another thing about monkeys.
Oh, it is there. Okay.
Right there.
Okay. Interesting to note is that a popular theory of the origin of this monster is that in the early 1900s, a circus train wrecked in the swamp and freed a bunch of chimpanzees who then evolved into the creature. Indigenous people of the region had a similar legend of a beast they called Latish.
Now, Latish, another story of Latish was a child that was left without his parents in the swamp, and he was raised by alligators, and it looked like a lizard man. But I didn't find that in the general legend.
Shadow government. I still like the spicy Sasquatch up there. That's the best one, y'all. Okay. El Reno Chick. Okay, we're to Oklahoma now. Mind you, I need to know more of y'all states so we can make sure if we can find anything in y'all state, I can delight you with some facts. But that's neither here nor there now. El Reno Chicken Man. In the late 1960s, a farmer in El Reno, Oklahoma, came out and found the door of his chicken house ripped off and several chickens missing. On the door and inside the coop was a note from, I'm just kidding, it's not a note. Was inside the coop were strange handprints and 7 inches long and 5 inches wide for those handprints. That doesn't seem very long to me.
I did the measurements, and it's really big.
Oh. We should have had a picture of prosperity. That's what we should have had. Oh, is it loud enough, by the way, with the mic up there? I didn't even think to ask. I usually put it on the table. It's a little late now. Okay. A sawmill operator from nearby Calumet reported that he had spotted a chimp in the woods several times, but that he was unable to catch it. It has to be noted that a 7x5 handprint would be a large chimp.
Now, I've got really big hands, and it didn't come close to 7x5. 7 inches is like, yeah, it's a big, big hand. And you wouldn't think a normal chimpanzee would have a hand bigger than mine.
So, North Carolina, Virginia, Okies from Oklahoma, of course. Rebecca's a nomad.
Hey, now I've got a story in there about North Carolina. I really do. The lost boy.
Okay, we'll get to North Carolina in a minute with that boy. I actually might have heard of it. How long have you been in North Carolina? Silver Creek? Politics isn't real. I know, right?
Oh, it's real. Not very nice, but
it's real for them. It's not real for us. That's the way I see it. Oh yeah, I'm done with this. We're moving on. And I thought for this, I could let you take the lead on this, since you know the story more and can just kind of talk off the cuff. And I will not interrupt you.
Okay.
Wait. Let me go ahead. Ow, gosh, my bones. I did my Pilates today, guys. Why does it hurt worse after you have been doing them for a minute? That's what I want to know. I'm just bringing the mic over here, guys, just to make sure we can be heard. Okay.
Okay, this one, it was originally called the Honubby Wild Man.
Wow, man.
And I say in my notes, I'll cover it at length because I actually had, you could say firsthand knowledge. I talked to the guy that it happened to. So, I mean, I know that's
Her
like
whole life,
secondhand.
Silver Creek. She's been there her whole life, she said. I'm sorry. 43 years. Okay.
Anyway, in late 2000, there was a family living in a little rural area around Honobia. And you got to understand, Honubby it's not even really a town. It's not incorporated. It's not got a post office. It's an area. Anyway, it's mostly mountainous and backwoods, you know. Anyway, they had several incidents with these large Bigfoot type creatures. They would throw rocks, hit the houses, hit the barns, hit animals. They would hear god awful noises in the woods. And they even knocked on their walls of the house. And they had a deep freeze in a shed out behind their house, and it had been raided. They had tore it all apart and took all the meat out of it. But one night, the father, I ain't going to mention any names. I know their names. But
No more comments, guys, over there.
anyway, the father was watching TV, and his daughter was sitting behind him in the dining room window, sitting on the windowsill. Well, he heard his daughter scream, and when he turned around, this thing had its face almost against the glass, looking at his daughter. And he freaked out, needless to say. Well, he jumps up and goes to get his gun. Well, when he comes back in with the gun, the thing took off. And it looked like it was running around the side of the house, so he went out the front door to head it off. When he came out, he sees it running toward his gate at the end of his driveway, and there was two more down there. There's a yard light at his gate. There were two more under the yard light, and it was running towards him. Well, he brought up the gun and shot it in the back of the head. And you got to understand, they'd been having a lot of trouble with these things, and they were scared to death of them. So his first instinct was to, his family.
No more ball. It's a bad idea. I'm sorry.
Anyway, he shoots it. The other two freak out, start screaming and ripping grass out of the ground and just going absolutely insane. Well, they run towards it, and they pick up the down one and take off into the woods with it. Which is, that explains a lot why you never see one dead, right? Anyway. He grabbed his family, left the house, and after he went back to get his stuff and get everything lined out with the government, he never went back. In fact, all the documentaries they did with Discovery Channel and all that, it wasn't him, it was his brother. He wouldn't go back. Anyway, a logging truck coming off the mountain that night. Okay, Weyerhaeuser did a lot of logging up there, and a lot of people say that's what drove these things down out of the mountains. But there was a logging truck coming down the mountain, and he had it in his logbook that he saw two large, hairy creatures crossing the road, and they were carrying a third one between them. How much more corroboration can you get? Anyway, when I was looking at this story online, there were a lot of different versions of it, and different details. Like some say he shot at him and missed, and others say that he just saw him and it made him leave. But I'm telling you, my boss knew this guy. My boss at the time, I worked on a drilling rig. He was my driller, and we were, of course, making fun of the story. We were drilling over in that area, and he said he knew the guy. He said, it's not funny. He said, this guy's scared to death.
It doesn't sound funny.
Well, he brought him out to the rig one night.
It's not funny.
And no matter what anybody else says about the story, I can tell you this guy believed what he was saying because, I mean, he wasn't a small guy. He didn't seem like, you know, one of those little weaklings. Anyway, he smoked about a half-pack cigarettes while he was telling the story, and he was shaking like a leaf. And, I mean, he was Snow White. This guy was terrified. Anyway.
We have more.
After the story came out, that's when things really went crazy. The government showed up and started an investigation. Now, you tell me why the government came to investigate this. I mean, it wasn't like
we saw Black Hawk helicopters going from somewhere to somewhere, going out south where Honeybee was from where we lived at the time, which was Wilburton, and we saw them coming back and going up north somewhere.
Well, this guy, he said when he was getting them all set up out there and running them through the story, they went down to where he had shot the thing, and they took hair, blood, and bone samples. Well, I mean, if you shot something in the head with a rifle, it's going to make a mess. Anyway, he said they took hair, blood, and bone sample, and as soon as they had them bagged, they put them on a helicopter and took off with them. But, I mean, there again, why is the government even involved? It wasn't like Bigfoot hunters. It wasn't like, you know, one of those shows from Discovery. It was the government that came in. And there was a group, I can't remember what group it was. It might have been a cattlemen's association or something like that. They put a bounty on these things. It
didn't last very long.
They were going to pay people to kill one.
You can't do that.
Well, then the government, again, put out a statement in a paper. I can't remember which paper it was, but they put out the statement that if you were caught killing one, it was going to be like a $100,000 fine and 10 years in prison. So, I mean, it got nuts. I mean, it was real.
Our kids were really young at the time.
And
we had a friend of mine that we used to party with, and her kids are little, my kids are little. They would play. We'd go do things, you know, go watch 4th of July, Christmas, Red Oak. We would get together and we'd go see Santa with the kids, or Easter running. We'd trick or treat together. She was Indian, Native American. She had land in Honeybee, and she said she was scared to go up there after that. And actually, when we took you guys in the fall tour, if you'll go and look through the footage, we could have taken a left or a right, however which way it was. We could have been in Honeybee in 15 to 20 minutes from where we were through those mountainy little roads back there.
Silver Creek says they show up in dogman accounts too, like what y'all doing here. The government, well, that's the next part of my little thing here. If you drove around back in Honeybee at that time, because there was a lot of people, needless to say, that heard the story and wanted to go back there and see it.
There's a lot of back roads. There's a lot of little mountain.
But if you were driving around back
trails,
these black SUVs would seemingly come from nowhere. Guys in suits would get out and basically tell you to get the hell out of there. And not in those kind of words, but they would tell you, you can't be here. You need to leave. Go home now.
Sus.
But anyway, the SUVs and the helicopters were all over. You could see the black helicopters flying around everywhere. The black SUVs were all over the back roads in Honeybee. Like I said, it seemed like they would pop up out of nowhere. I know guys that said they were poachers their whole lives and were used to, you know, hunting these back roads and being sneaky, and said these guys said, thank goodness the game wardens weren't like these guys. They wouldn't eat because these guys were serious. But it was also said that the government brought in a group of Bigfoot hunters out of Canada. I don't know how true that was. That was just one of the rumors going around. And they did set up a headquarters in the yard of the man's house where this happened. And they said that at night, sticks and rocks would fly out of the forest and like bombard the tents and like smash things. So they end up moving the headquarters. At first they moved it into the house, but then the attacks kept on, and so they say for their safety they moved their headquarters. Nobody knows where they moved it to. But They
Did
went
he ever
around.
go back to his house?
No.
Never.
After he got them set up and got his stuff out, he never went back. Like I said, even when they did the Discovery Channel documentaries on Animal X and all those,
I've seen those.
his brother went. He did not go. And you would think if it was a guy just hunting fame, he would have been all over the TV and stuff like that. He didn't go. He wouldn't go back. Well, anyway, during this investigation, there were reports came forward. They went and interviewed everybody in the area. And supposedly they found several reports these things have been killing livestock. One woman had her horse dismembered.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they were raiding freezers, killing livestock. They were just causing a general nuisance out there in Honubby, and these people did not like them.
Can I just interject here? They were trying to say in this area that there weren't bears anymore. People were seeing bears, mind you, and they were messing up their livestock as well. So, and now it's well documented that they're back in the area. Also, mountain lions in Oklahoma were not supposed to be a thing, but my husband, and if you've hunted in Oklahoma, then you know you've seen a mountain lion or you've seen sign of a mountain lion sometime if you spend enough time in the woods, right? Well, now they've got two separate families of mountain lions that they have seen on camera, on game cameras. So, do you see what I'm saying? Like, the bears tend to be in areas where there are Bigfoot. So I just wanted to throw that in there.
Well, another one of the rumors that was really rampant at that time, there was this old man that lived out in the woods like a hermit out there, kind of like Mountain Paul was. Yeah. He just lived out by himself in a little cabin, didn't come to town but like once a month, and he was a hermit. Well, supposedly these government guys went to talk to him, and when they went in his cabin, he had the hide of a small one on his wall. He had tanned it and put it on his wall, and he said that was his warning to the others, and they left him alone.
I like that. Well, farmers will do that with coyotes. They'll stick them on their barbed wire fence. Supposedly
they confiscated the hide and took off with it too.
Oh, well, now he's not protected anymore.
But yeah, it was a serious deal out there. Now, a lot of these are rumors, like the hide. I didn't see it personally. I didn't talk to these people that had their livestock killed or any of that. But I can tell you the original story, the raiding of the freezer and banging on the house and throwing rocks and crap, and then killing the one. I heard that from the horse's mouth. And the black SUVs and the helicopters, everybody around there saw those.
I saw that. Everyone saw it. Me and my mom, I specifically remember, we had a store called Alco. It was kind of a fancier dollar store. We were going in there with the kids, and we saw them going over really low, too. Heading to the mountains, I said. Yep. And if you'll look up, did we write down the McAllister News Democrat rant stories? You can look them up in the archives. McAllister News Democrat. And
I've got the years down here, too.
Latimer County Tribune.
No, the two that I found was McAllister News Capital Democrat and the Norman Transcript. Yeah, Norman Transcript. Anyway, now Honubby, this might be worth checking out. Honubby has an annual Bigfoot festival where they have guest speakers and all this stuff. It's a big, big thing down there. The festival attracts enthusiasts, and they have activities, guest speakers, like Bigfoot researchers, and it's just a big, big deal down there in Honubby these days. Now, you want to take over the news stories? I've got them wrote down, and then the paper and the dates after. Right here.
Do we have to? According to the McAllister News Capital, there are reports around McAllister of residents seeing 8-foot bipedal creatures, hearing strange noises, and finding huge footprints near creeks and drainage systems. Articles discuss the role of Bigfoot in Native American legends and local Choctaw history, featuring researchers like Troy Hudson and groups investigating evidence. Coverage includes State Representative Kevin Humphrey's 2021 bill to create a Bigfoot hunting season for tourists and a $3 million bounty for a live capture.
Now, these are actual
Did it
news
pass?
stories. No, it did not.
Didn't pass. God.
That's when they started that.
Can you imagine
leave our big
the
feet alone.
idiots that would be out there with whatever kind of guns you can imagine trying to kill Bigfoot?
Silver Creek, you mentioned start grabbing raccoons, coyotes, and stuff off the side of the road and skinning them and tanning the hides to keep them away from your chickens and stuff. That will work, honestly. I mean, that's a big thing around here. They will shoot the coyotes and hang them up on a fence.
Yeah.
And the coyotes will quit crossing there. I'm not sure about coons because coons are extremely, extremely intelligent.
An animal's a creature of habit. They like to take the same paths. If there's already a path worn there from, say, a cow or whatever, then they'll take that path if they can. Unless something tells them not to.
I don't know about you guys, but even if there was a season, I mean, I'm a big hunter. I've always been a hunter, and I'm not a tree hugger or nothing like that, but I would have real problems shooting one of these things unless I absolutely had to. I mean, that would be almost like killing a man.
Can you imagine the fight you'd have on your hands catching a live Bigfoot? Listen, and Peach said they could just poof, Stargate out of there, right? Did you do the volcano one?
No, I forgot.
St.
We mentioned that. I didn't.
All right.
I was so busy.
The region's Bigfoot activity has drawn. This region's Bigfoot activity has drawn TV shows and blah blah blah. I think we've talked enough about that. Now you have to tell your thing since we're talking about Oklahoma.
Okay.
We have an eyewitness account of a Bigfoot right here.
When I was 17 at the time. I'd been out for the night. It was on a Saturday night.
Couple beers? Be honest.
No, I wasn't drinking.
No beer.
Night.
All right.
You know me. I'm not much of a drinker.
No, he's
never
not.
was. Anyway, I'd been out running around. We had a 1980 Datsun pickup. It's what I was driving. And I was coming down 270 highway between McAllister and
we grew up in that whole area.
It's a pretty long stretch there. And you know, it's a stretch out there. There's a lot of like oil field type businesses and stuff like that, but not a lot of houses or anything like that. Well, anyway, I'm cruising down the road, and the car in front of me is an SS Monte Carlo. I don't know if any of y'all remember those. They were really sharp cars, so I was looking at the car, you know. And it was just after dark. It was good and dark, but the sun hadn't been down for an hour or so. Anyway, the car in front of me that I was watching just swerved toward the side of the road. And I was thinking, what in the hell's wrong with him? And I look up, and there's this thing standing on the center line of the highway. And it was, I would say, at least 7 foot tall, because the top of my truck came to about its chest. And it was a 1980 Datsun pickup. It was a reddish brown color, and to me, the face structure, the coloring, even the skin on the face and everything looked like an orangutan, except it wasn't built like an orangutan. It was standing perfectly upright, had really long arms. Its hands looked like yours or mine, but huge. It looked like...
No.
It looked like a big upright orangutan, like what an orangutan would have evolved into.
No.
And I passed close enough to this thing that I could see the hair blowing in the wind as the truck went past him. I never smelled anything. That's what I was saying earlier. I never smelled anything. And it scared the bejesus out of me. I mean, it turned and looked in my windshield. I could see it eye to eye, and I passed 3 feet from it, you know. It was really disturbing. But anyway, I get home, and I'm freaking out, and my mom and dad and my grandma and step-grandpa were there, and I was telling them, I said, man, you wouldn't believe it, this thing was in the middle of the road. You know, I gave them the whole story, and they was like, like most people, yeah, whatever.
His dad, I guarantee, he's like, I'm gonna get my gun. Let's go back.
Anyway.
That's exactly what his dad said. I got this.
I told him, I said, let's go. I can show you exactly where it was. I mean, I grew up in that area. I could tell you every dang mile of that road.
We'll be famous.
Anyway, my grandma and my step-grandpa loaded up in their car, and we all loaded up in that pickup. We drive back to where it was. Well, there's this little company or little yard there about where I saw it, where there's like a trailer house and some frac tanks and stuff like that. It's like a holding yard. Well, it has a street light, or a yard light, I guess we'd say, and a dumpster. And we get back there, and that thing was digging through the dumpster. I told my mom and dad, look, it's right there. And they were having trouble at first. They could see something digging in the dumpster, you know, but they couldn't tell what it was. Well, when we stopped the vehicles, it stood up. And then there was no doubt about what it was. And as soon as the vehicles came to a stop and it stood up and looked towards us, it turned around and hauled it out of sight, ran back toward the woods. Now, I got to tell you, in that area, if you go straight south of where we saw the thing, the direction it ran, there's some old abandoned coal mines back there. Mm-hmm. Mine shafts. And I mean, they are not like the mine shafts you see, sinkholes and stuff.
That's the thing, yes.
These are mine shafts you can walk into. I mean, you're not supposed to because they're very, very dangerous. But it struck me that this thing is probably standing in mine shafts back there. Oh! And this is not far from McAllister, let me tell you. So these animals they're seeing in McAllister doesn't surprise me a bit.
Hey, you guys that aren't from Oklahoma who have never been here, okay, you see, like, you picture it's all flat with the wheat fields, you know what I mean? But if you get further east, and then for sure further south, that whole area is mountainous, up that whole side. Different kinds of, you know what I mean? And there's a lot of coal mining in southeast Oklahoma. A lot. Like, oil was big in the middle of the state, right? And in the western part of the state. But in southeast Oklahoma, there's a lot of coal mines. Also,
and these are the old style coal mines with the little, like you see on Coal Miner's Daughter. It wasn't like where they drive the machines off in there. I mean, these were done by hand.
Also, there are cave systems down here. If you look up Robbers Cave State Park, okay, I'm sure you know about Robbers Cave State Park. Man, I spent so much time there as a teenager. Barefoot, climbing rocks, the life I used to live in my day. Okay, but there are cave systems. I walked through a cave system that went from Wilburton to the town that lives next to me, Panola, Oklahoma, is 7 miles. I went 7 miles through a cave system in southeast Oklahoma. So I'm telling you, they really do have places to hide there. Okay? So I'm just giving you food for thought there. It really creeps me out to think I might have been traversing through like Bigfoot's home.
Well, Peach said, whoever's cooking a pen driving her nuts, that was me. I'm sorry. These stories make me really nervous, okay? I'm not going to say I'm scared of it, but it makes me I can still picture that thing in my head.
It could have been like a cave that was made. It could have been like I don't know. I just know it was in, and I say mountain loosely. It's not a mountain at all. It's really, really high hills, okay?
Now, they are technically mountains.
I am insane.
They don't have like tree lines. But
I grew up exploring, and when I was out at my grandma's, summer breaks, vacation, I did not stay in the house ever. And I had 160, 140 acres at my leisure, 5 ponds. They never saw me.
Well, in my years in the woods, I used to spend more time in the woods than I did in the house. That is the only time
he smoked out Robbers Cave
I ever saw something. I mean, I heard things I couldn't explain. I saw tracks and stuff I couldn't explain.
We saw a UFO together.
But this was, without a doubt, a Bigfoot 3 feet from me. And I wasn't even in the woods. I was on the dadgum highway. And I'm telling you, I saw it plain as day. There was nothing obstructing my view. I was 3 foot from it. I saw its hair blowing in the wind. back then there weren't like cell phones and all that stuff. You could have got a picture. I mean, I was on my own. Yeah, it scared the living crap out of us.
The cave I was in is not the only cave there. Robbers Cave, if there's parts of Robbers Cave that they have blocked off, they have rocks in the way. Now you can't get into, but Robbers Cave in itself is quite extensive, you know. And then also, where I'm talking about, where I went in my cave, is only like 50 to 60 miles away from the Arkansas border, and Arkansas is full of caves just over that border. He used to live in Arkansas, and he can tell. We've taken the kids to those caves. Onyx Cave in Arkansas.
Cosmic Cavern.
So yeah, there's a lot of caves in Oklahoma.
And these cave systems, like she mentioned before on another one, they had blind trout, cave trout, in this one cave. And they had tagged some, and they found these all the way over on the East Coast. So, I mean, these cave systems run all under the nation.
Yeah.
And Girl was telling me earlier that if you look up a map of the cave systems in America and overlay it with a map of Bigfoot sightings, they kind of correlate, which I can see.
Wow. I got excited about the cave stuff. I'm sorry about that. But I just wanted to prove that if you think there's nowhere to hide, you can be in the flattest place possible. I don't know. There's places to hide.
That was the first thing crossed. Like I said, I knew those woods like the back of my hand. That's why I knew about those coal mines back there. And that was the first thing crossed my mind. I bet that thing is hiding in those dadgum coal mines.
Sarah, when my grandma redug her big pond, there was a huge still in hers. And I was asking her, was that grandpa's still? I don't know nothing about that.
Hey, now that part of the country is famous for moonshine.
Right? I don't know nothing about. Listen, every time I ever had moonshine, I had already been drinking a little bit anyway, and that stuff just makes me lose time. You know what I mean? I don't really care for that.
My grandpa was kind of in the business.
Moonshine.
I mean, not like the stuff you see on the History Channel nowadays. This is actual, stills back in the woods, and yeah, it was crazy.
All right. Other strange stories is where we're going to talk about North Carolina, Silver Creek.
Yes, North Carolina. This is a good one, Silver Creek. You will love this. I thought it was great when I first read it. And now this is an actual news. It's an actual news story. It's not like, something that came off Discovery Channel or crap like that. It's an actual news story.
He had tried to talk about this when we were talking about werewolves and shapeshifters. Okay. In 2019, a 3-year-old boy named Casey Hathaway vanished in North Carolina woods in freezing weather. So needless to say, the parents were freaked out. 2 days later, he was found safe and unharmed. He said a bear had kept him safe and warm. Many speculate it was a Sasquatch.
Now, the kid told him, in his own words, a bear kept me warm. A bear took care of me or something like that, He said it was a bear, but I mean, most people are saying,
we didn't find confirmation, but I swear, I remember them saying he was given a little...
Like a trinket?
Like a little token. I swear it was a little bear. It was something that whoever, whatever was taking care of him had given him something.
Now,
so did y'all hear that story?
There are stories among the Native Americans of these Sasquatches. Now, they had different names for their Sasquatches, but the creature.
Sasquatch.
Interacting with lost children.
Sasquatch.
And protecting lost children and bringing them back to their parents. There are also stories of them eating lost children. So, I mean, it's...
Eating?
Yes.
Oh, wow. All right, so you did that.
Now, this one is... I do not believe this one. I just put it in there for reference.
Yeah, Sasquatch. He's making it like a, I don't know, tomato. Like, I was going to say something, though. So the little boy's name was Casey Hathaway. So CASEYHATHAWAY. So if y'all wanted to look it up, I just wanted to point that name out to you. Taking my book away.
You flipped around. I thought you lost the
I'm gonna
page.
flip around. Another case in 1987 is a Bigfoot researcher named Skip Welch. He took 16-year-old Teresa Bear into the woods. He returned without her, saying Bigfoot took her. She was never found, and Welch was implicated.
I mean, that sounds to me like, he did something.
Sorry, I don't know why I was trying to Welch. Who's Welch? Welch. So yeah, he killed her.
I mean, like I said, there are Native American stories about, kids being abducted by Bigfoot and stuff like that. But I mean, come on.
Okay, because I always watch CBS This Morning. Whether or not news every day is fake or not, I feel like you should watch it just to see what they're saying now. Okay? If you find it entertaining or not, I mean, what are the crazy people talking about now? You know what I mean? If they are crazy, it has to be crazy if it's all such orchestrated crap. I can't. Politics is dumb, and so is news. But I saw that on the news, so with the little boy with the getting lost and the bear.
Well, it's the thing that's of note in that, as I put it in there, is it was
by the way, if
freezing.
you've seen a hairy man, a dirty hairy man, he might even had some kind of furry looking coat on. He would have just called him a bear.
Well, it was.
You know what I mean?
This kid was not dressed for the weather. It was freezing cold. I mean, literally below freezing.
He did not have frostbite.
And he was out there for 2 days.
His blood sugar was fine, so he'd eaten.
He was perfectly fine when they found him.
There's not a lot of stuff to eat out there in weather like that, right? So.
I always thought
that's about it, guys.
I always thought that was interesting that it went like that.
Oh, here's the case we didn't get to investigate. Okay, Haley, are you here and aware?
Yeah.
Come help me with the Mount St. Helens one. Was it Mount St. Helens?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you want to just pop in?
Yeah, I'm gonna tap out. You can just scoot over.
You go blow your nose?
Yes, I barely breathe.
Come on in here, woman. Come tell me your knowledge. I'm aware of this story, and this story gives more insight into why the government was quick to go up to Honaby and go check that whole thing out. Okay?
Okay, so the story is that when Mount St. Helens erupted, and I don't know exact years, okay?
In the 80s. It was in the 80s.
Okay. That there was actually like a contingent of army men who were going around evacuating people. But there was another group of them who were evacuating something else. The story goes that they went up there and they started going to the mouths of caves along the mountain. And they brought with them a giant 7-foot-tall hairy creature. And the creature seemed to be with them, and it knew them and trusted them somehow, because it would go to the mouths of these caves and it would scream, it would call, and they would and then more of these creatures would come out of the cave, some very, very injured. Some dying, they would be carrying dead ones, but they kept doing this at the mouths of several caves as they went up the mountain. So basically, they were evacuating a population of Bigfoot off of Mount St. Helens.
What do you think about that?
Aided by a Bigfoot. Implying that these creatures are highly intelligent and that the government has some sort of understanding with them.
But not intelligent enough to get off the mountain? Because there's people living all around that area, right? Where are they going to go?
A lot of people had to be evacuated, right?
I don't know. This one's interesting to me, though.
But, why would they run and be, in view of people? They seem to be very wary of people.
Look at New Orleans. They didn't run.
They did not.
I thought that was a cool story.
It was a cool story.
Helping them get off the mountain.
Yep.
So that's it, guys.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm still thinking of helping them get off the
So
mountain.
nobody else has a sighting they want to share? I
Did
mean,
anybody have a sighting? And you know anybody that has a sighting?
I looked
Now I
at
can
it on film.
be free to look at my phone and I'll read it. I have never seen a Bigfoot.
I kind of thought we smelled that bear in our garbage that night because it smelled so bad, but it was just a bear.
Hey, now, what about, I know it's not technically a Bigfoot. Do you remember the dead thing on the side of the road in Arkansas?
Yeah, we had driven past Fort Smith, Arkansas. We were on our way to Little Rock, Arkansas. I don't know why, but we were going.
Mom,
No, we don't have to go there.
You
We
were
were going to
past Little
Arkansas,
Rock?
to Little Rock. There was something dead on the side of the road past, well, it was before Fort Smith. Because I had said, how do you want to say it? Is that one of those inbreeders, was it trying to escape? And they all thought it was really funny, right? Because it was something big and hairy and just dead on the side of the road. But after we had passed it, I said, because what was that anyway? And we were like, yeah, what was it? It was huge. And it did not look like a bear.
and it was brown.
It was brown.
And very, very hairy. Remember it?
Wait, now, too, also, you guys, wait, Sarah, what are your ideas for the next, why am I hollering at you like you're really leaving? What are your ideas for the next Supernatural Saturday? Because, I mean, I've got the solstice figured out, right? But what are we going to do before then? I was really excited to do the Bigfoot one because, like the UFO one, we have, he's experienced something like this, you know? Krampus.
You would.
That's what I said.
Well, because I thought we could do Krampus and that kind of stuff along with the solstice.
It was Krampus knocked last night, guys. You know that? Krampus comes out to play with.
Farmer Chaz, I didn't even know you were here. Did I know she was here? I know she's here now. I thank you for coming, Farmer Chaz.
Miss T came.
This tea came.
She spilled the tea.
And you guys, I am so proud of myself. You know what I did? I cooked great northern beans today, and I did not boil the crap out of them. They're whole and intact. She made barbecue sauce, made barbecue beans. I made a pasta salad, and then he's taking care of the chicken. So I don't have to cook now, but we still get to eat.
Hey,
I got my stuff going.
I know nobody believes stuff like that, but I can swear to you what I saw was real.
He said, you cannot believe in Bigfoot all you like, but he swears he would look you in the eye and swear on a Bible he saw Bigfoot. And I'll tell you the same thing about UFOs. You guys can think UFOs are not real, but I am telling you, I have seen and I have heard. I swear to you, I'm not lying, and she at least saw, she saw and heard things with me too. Different things than what my husband and I saw. Mind you, I did not ask for these things. When her and I saw them, I was just driving down the road from the grocery store. That's
I have
it.
trouble believing the people that are out looking for Bigfoot and find it.
That's the thing. Going out and looking for it and then finding it. That's suspicious.
I was driving home from a date. I wasn't looking for nothing.
You should be fine with just the mailing address, Farmer Chaz.
Yeah. Yeah. They'll put stuff that'll fit in my box. In my box. I couldn't stop myself. I had already said it.
If
I
it won't fit in
committed.
the box, they do know our physical address and they will deliver.
Yeah, but yes. They'll give me a slip if it won't fit. I can't even. Oh wow! Is Okie still here? He would love that. Pause. I love pauses. That was a good one. remember what I said. I'm going to watch it back. How did I walk myself into that? I guess, guys, we went almost an hour and a half this time. Mind you, I was looking at the views or the watches of my gingerbread little live that we did when they were making the houses. It got 215. Now, who knows if everyone really stuck around the whole time, but that's some watch time.
The cleaning one's house was leveled shortly after filming ended.
We looked over at Becca's house, and it was just completely dope. It was
flat. The coop sign was up for like a split second.
Yeah, so we put Becca's chickens and her mama's chicken with her little house that's residing over there. In fact, if you look at the thumbnail for that live, we put the finished product up in there. And we still have not painted or iced our gingerbread cookies. But we've been really busy, you guys. I did all those mustards yesterday, and they're all in my freezer. A whole cabinet full of mustard cooks down to 3 bags, if you guys want to know.
Did you see it?
He's got most of the sealing done. Just we got to do the side pieces, you know, the little side pieces between the cabinet and the main piece. And that's it, guys. I have nothing else. I got to go. Because you know the gear up to doing the live all day, you feel like it's almost like I'm going to be live and in concert. I get stage fright.
By the way,
I hope you guys enjoy this. We worry about putting it together right, and then, you know, the stuff doesn't work, the technology, but we really work hard on this, and I can't wait to see what we can come up with between now and Saturday. If y'all come up with any good ideas for the next show, come and comment when I make this public, you know, after the live.
The dwarves out there, because they represent us.
Yeah, this is us.
Little old man, little old woman.
Peace, guys. I don't want y'all to have a nice night, and I want y'all to know how much I appreciate y'all for coming and hanging out. And you're gonna hit that button over there and push end live stream, and when it says, you're gonna say, yes, I really mean it.
Bye, guys.
Bye.